This might be one of the most brutal animated shows of all time. No dialogue, no exposition, just pure unadulterated violence and testosterone. And somehow, it's one of the most emotional things I've ever watched. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Primal. I'm going to be talking about all the stuff you would assume would be in a video essay talking about a show that you like or dislike. The story, the characters, the general themes and all that knickknacks, as well as why the show is so awesome to begin with. Like I said, there's basically no dialogue, and even when there is, they're talking like ancient sub-Saharan African or some shit, you know? It's not like my ass can understand it. So if you end up enjoying the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and let's just dive right into this beautiful creation of Gwendy Tarkovsky, or whatever the hell you pronounce his name. We'll get to that. But what the hell even is Primal? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. It was created by the wonderful, the fantastic, the extraordinary Genndy Tartakovsky. I think I pronounced his name right. I'm not sure though. I don't think so. This is the same guy behind great hits like Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and you know, he also worked on Hotel Transylvania and he made Fixed. But he has a wonderful track record nonetheless. And this Primal? This is his rawest, most unfiltered work yet, and in the best way possible. The premise goes like this, right? We follow this caveman that we call Spear because he carries around a long and hard object with a pointy tip at the end. And his family gets like murdered by a bunch of T-Rexes that are red, or dinosaurs, whatever. And then this dinosaur T-Rex Fang, he also, her family or his family gets murdered by the red guy. So even though they were enemies at first, they have a common enemy, and then they kill it, and then they become best buddies. Not a single word between Spear and Fang the entire series, pretty much just grunts, yells, screams, and just facial expressions, right? And yet the bond you find between these two is just, there's nothing else like it. It's like a man and his dog that he's known his entire life. It is such a wonderful friendship. The show basically strips storytelling down to its most primal form. But yeah, we get to see this wonderful duo, this fantastical friendship, survive in this very lore-filled nightmare prehistoric monster world with zombie brontosauruses and slaves and Vikings and all sorts of cool shit that Gwendy, I'm sure, just kind of thought of out of the blue and was like, ah, that can kind of fit in there, and then he just shoves it in there, and now that's the lore. There's black goo that keeps reoccurring, that it's like a superhero serum that turns something into a raging monster. But why does it hit different? Why is this show special from most other shows, right? Well, like I kind of alluded to before, there's no dialogue pretty much. We eventually get a character saying one word, which is her name, Mira, at the very end of season 1. Right? She was clearly like some kind of slave, you know, that escaped off of a ship or something. Which, this is a huge bombshell in season 1 regardless. I should have said no spoilers at the beginning, huh? I guess I'll put that in post-production. But before that, we just think, oh, it's just like the cavemen and the dinosaurs. But no, actually, there's a whole world out there with like different, you know, societies and stuff that are ancient to us, obviously, but way after what we would assume the dinosaurs would live with. So it's like, what the hell is this world? We need to find out. But again, with the dialogue, even when the characters talk, which is very rarely, they're speaking like ancient languages that the normal viewer's not gonna know if they're even doing it correctly. Most of it's just grunts and just, you know, bibble babble, ancient sub-Saharan African shit. And even that is rare, that the actual languages. Most of the time, especially between Spear and Fang and other characters with them, it's more so just visual storytelling. The entire thing is visual storytelling. You feel everything instead of being told. Body language, music, pacing, it carries everything. And it matches together just splendidly. They do it very good. It's like they took the best moments of like stuff like Samurai Jack and just kind of made that the entire show and upped it to 11 because it's on Adult Swim so they can make everything, you know, murder and stuff. I know they did that upset with season 5 of Samurai Jack, but you know, I'll get to that series, I guess. That is an Adult Swim series technically now, right? I could make fun of the ending. Is it too late? Is it too late to make fun of the ending of season 5 and the love triangle and all that stuff? Oh wait, well, there wasn't a love triangle, but you know what I mean, the him falling in love with the Aku's daughter, whatever. I'm autistic, all right? I'm autistic. I can't, the tangents. But the silence makes the violence, see what I did there, hit harder. You're almost forced to pay attention to the entire time. So we'll get this like cute little scene of like a lizard or a fish slowly going across for like a minute straight, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 heads are getting ripped off. People are, the limbs, blood everywhere. People are screaming in agony. Brutally, like, drawn out, violent carnage. Every single movement matters in this show. Spear and Fang could be having a nice little walk, and you know, it sits on the scene for quite a bit, and then all of a sudden, oh my god, they're being attacked by like a giant desert worm, or all of a sudden they're on the raft that they're trying to go find, you know, Mira because she got captured by slavers again or something. And oh, now they don't have a raft because they're being attacked by a shark or some kind of other sea monster. And it's like, how the hell do they get out of this situation? Spear's a caveman and Fang is a T-Rex, and they're completely out of their element. So like your heart's racing, like what's gonna happen next? You can really feel just the absolute terror of some of these scenes. The primal fear of what's going on. Basically, most shows will tell you how to feel, right? In some way or another. Or in some cases, literally just tell you, this character's really cool, you should like them, instead of just showing you. But Primal makes you literally experience it. I guess literally is not the correct word there, but you know what I mean. The show is violent, like violent. Not stylized. It feels raw and painful. You feel the primal urge for survival. It's kill or be killed. Every fight feels desperate. I put not cool as a, you know, after that, but they're also pretty cool. So that's a lie. They're very desperate and cool and raw. Injuries matter. Like, yeah, maybe Spear will shrug off, you know, like an arrow hero there because he is like a bulky 5'4" muscled out freak caveman. But if they take major damage, they will be out for a bit. You know, they gotta actually recover from that shit. Especially if they're a side character. If you're a side character in this show, you're fucked. You're gonna die or get like an arm ripped off or something. You're screwed, bro. And even the main characters, you know, spoiler alert, eventually some of them you know, have some stuff happen that are bad to them. I guess I'll talk about that maybe in a minute. I don't know. You know, I'll talk about it right now. In season 2, no, I'm joking. I'm not gonna do that. Not yet. Talk about the season 2 controversy in a minute. It's not action, right? It's a survival horror disguised as animation. The world is incredibly dangerous to the point where I don't know how there are civilized human beings living anywhere. I understand. Listen, I understand. We are the super predator of the earth, right? I know we have the fragile skin or whatever, right? But we have the endurance to hunt things for miles while they have to like actually stop to recover stamina. And we have the brain power to create guns and shit, right? But the world in Primals, like how did they do this? How do they live in this shit? There's giant warthogs that eat people that will just run into a town and kidnap them and leave and then feed it to their mother. It's insane. I gotta talk about Spear and Fang again. I got it. I love them so much, man. The shared trauma, right? They have so much in common, and it's almost conveyed through nothing. It's not like they talk about it to each other, right? They understand each other because of the faces. They look each other in the eyes, and it's like they know. They're using telekinesis. They're not actually using telekinesis, but you know what I mean. It's like they're brothers from another mother and species. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Is Fang a woman? I think Fang's a girl because she lays eggs, right? Why'd I say brother? They have an insane trust. I love them so much, and it's heartbreaking because in season 3, you know, that bond, it's not really there. For certain circumstances, I'll get into it. It makes kind of sense, but it's like, oh man, I really want them to get back together. You know, this is a tragedy. Why won't mommy and daddy make up? The moments of quiet are just as powerful as the fights in this show, man. Just like Mira and Spear and Fang around the fire, Mira's teaching them how to like make soup, or like Spear and Fang are fishing and using their powerful bond of friendship to hunt more efficiently, or Fang like letting everyone just kind of use her as a giant pillow. It's like, oh man, they never say a word to each other, but you just understand everything, and it's so fucking heartwarming. And don't even get me started on the side characters, all right? Yes, some of them die. We never see a lot of them again because, well, Spear and Fang are going on this awesome Avatar, The Last Airbender almost-esque journey where they're kind of going to different locations every episode, most of the time trying to find Mira. But on that journey, we meet these slaves that are trying to kill them, right? And eventually they get taken onto the ship as slaves themselves with Mira, and they find out this dude, this big hulking monster, is just like a guy, you know, he's just trying to protect his babies. So they end up almost teaming up with him and just killing the evil bitch that had enslaved them all to begin with. And now they're cool with them. But I don't think we ever see him again. But it was still a fun experience, a fun, fantastic character. I just love them. I love them all. Even the villains, like the giant lions, or the monkeys who drink black goo to become bigger monkeys, or the Vikings. You know, the Vikings, they were the people that originally had stolen Mira from her home. I don't know how Vikings went to an African tribe, but you know, I guess it does kind of make sense. Probably actually happened throughout history. I didn't even realize it. The Vikings went everywhere, dude. I think I have Viking DNA because I have like a little tiny percentage of half the fucking planet in me, and I'm Norwegian, so Norwegian, Yugoslavian, and Italian. Mostly Italian though, but the Yugoslavian, Norwegian are the big seconds. Anyways, we see Spear. They kill the Vikings, right? It's the big guy, and they kill his whole family. And he's like, oh man, I gotta get revenge on these motherfuckers. And then he eventually dies and goes to hell. And it's like, oh, I still want to get revenge. So then the hell Satan man makes him into a giant monster fireball creature that goes back up to Earth and like just tries to kill Fang again as an unstoppable force of nature. But uh-oh, here we go. The season 2 controversy. Was it rushed? Is the pacing weird? Kind of. Gwendy, whatever the hell his name is also known for weird endings, right? And season 2 for a long time was thought to be the ending of Primal. Now, we assumed we were going to get a season 3, but we thought it would more so be now the show is an anthology. That's what we were kind of told. And like Spear's story was supposed to be over. So this was the last we saw of Spear for a long time. And what happened was, it's like, oh, episode 10 comes, the Viking fireball man comes and tries to kill Spear. Episode 10 of season 2, but you know what I mean. The ending of the show, the original ending that we had for a while. And he technically successfully does, right? Spear's like manhandling this guy who is fire incarnate and does knock him down the mountain, and he defeats him, right? He gets dragged back down to hell, but Spear is very crisp, very burned, and then Mira, you know, he brings him to a bed and fucks him while he's all crispy. I don't know how his dick worked. It's like, oh, you know, his family lives on, right? He has a kid, the big dinosaurs grow up, the little baby dinosaurs grow up. Spear's genes live on, but Spear is wrapped up and, you know, he's entombed in the Mira's tribe. Some people love this, some people hated it. It's like the Samurai Jack ending. You just can't do an ending that isn't, you know, messy, I guess, and hurts for either good or bad reasons. But it does stay true to the show's raw nature. It does just kind of come out of nowhere, and it's like, oh man, you know, it's like a bittersweet almost. Our main character who we love so much died, but his story technically lives on with his children. That being said, that doesn't actually happen though, because when season 3 comes out, oh my god, season 3, it's not an anthology. No. Spear is back. He is a fucking zombie. And this, honestly, season 3 is a mixed bag to me. I feel like it does stick to Primal's core structure, I guess, but the middle part of season 3, very, very slow. Because we are following a guy who's literally limping around. He doesn't even know what the fuck he is. You know, Spear's a zombie. He gets resurrected to kill these creature, monster, monkey people who were attacking the village by the shaman. Then shaman dies, so then the control over Spear gets taken away, and he's able to have his free will. He still kills these things, but he's like, oh, now I'm just walking around aimlessly. And eventually, he finds the black goo, right? He figures out who he is because he finds Mira because they're hunting those stupid warthog things, and he eventually kind of gets his memories back. They're still a little hazy. Fang doesn't like him at all because she smells death on him, right? He's literally a decaying corpse. And even the townspeople, once he eventually goes back to the tribe, they kick him out. They're like, get out of here, you freak. You monster. It's like when I go anywhere, everyone's just yelling at me to get the fuck out. But eventually it picks up because he almost runs away. You know, he falls down like a waterfall and eventually washes up on this volcano land. He gets tossed into an arena and fights this dude and kills him. And then they start feeding him the black goo. And he's like, oh my God, I remember this. And it starts healing him. It doesn't enrage him really. I mean, it does for a second, but it turns him more human. Literally heals him, and he ends up looking just like a human guy, but he has his arm is still a bone because he was, you know, part zombie for a bit. He still is, technically. He's got the superhuman strength, but now he's like normal again. And eventually we get this really cool scene where it's like, Spirit and Fang are back together, let's go! And they're just back home. They're all sleeping together. And we see the final ending scene from season 2 where, we see Mira and the baby T-Rexes and his kid all grown up. And it's the future. But oh my God, Spear was there the whole time, guys. He was there the whole time. So we get our super fancy schmancy happy ending for a show that's all violence and crazy and like raw emotion. So it is a mixed bag because, well, season 3, you know, we didn't think Spear would come back as a zombie. I guess it is possible. Like, you know, the show was a lot of supernatural stuff happening on top of just normal stuff. But I could definitely see where people are like, it's weird, you know. Primal doesn't seem like a show where we were really supposed to get something that's a super happy ending and nothing else. Because what did we lose here? Nothing. Like, Spear is a superhuman and normal. He's not even a zombie anymore. His hand's back, I'm pretty sure, in the finale. And they're all just like living their life. Now, if season 4 comes out and we get to continue this, that'd be, I guess, awesome. Like, I don't know where they're gonna go from there. I guess they can explore the lore with like the black goo and shit, which is probably what's gonna happen. There's a lot of lore in this show that could still be explored, different like tribes of humans, all that kind of nonsense. But at the end of the day, it was still a fantastic experience because Primal just sticks with you, dude. The pure unadulterated, I said this already, but like testosterone of this show, the screaming, yelling of big monkey man and his spear riding his cool ass dinosaur, just going like, you know, like, it fills me with glee. It doesn't rely on dialogue or trends. I mean, there's humor, but like, it's not relying on it like a fucking Marvel movie, right? It is just pure storytelling, raw violence. It respects the audience for the most part, although, like I said, the super duper corny happy ending at the end was kind of like, I understand you're doing it for me, but it just doesn't fit the tone of the show. Like, at least, like, I don't know, make one of the baby dinosaurs die or something. Nah, that'd be fucked up. But it taps into something instinctual. Fear, loss, survival mode, connection with others by just looking them in the eye and being all sad. It doesn't entertain you. It leaves a mark and entertains the shit out of me because like I said, the big spearman, monkey man riding dinosaur, killing other dinosaurs and ripping things apart with his bare hands is amazing. It's the coolest thing ever, dude. Oh yeah, another thing, this is a weird tangent to go right before I end the video, I guess. Mira, we didn't talk about Mira that much, right? She's the third main character and I barely mentioned her, probably because I like the big stupid caveman a lot more, I guess. But Mira, she's like the strong woman archetype done right? She washes up as a slave, like an ex-slave on the shore, and she's like, I'm gonna start cooking, I guess. Wait a minute. But no, she's like helping Spear find other ways to survive, I guess. And then eventually she gets back to the tribe, and oh my God, she's taking charge, killing shit. She's able to hold her own versus the warthogs and other enemies, using her bow and stuff. She's fantastic too, and she really keeps Fang in check too. She'll just give her a dirty look. It's like mom to mom, like, yo, you're getting a little sus here. You're getting a little sussy. Also, you know, when Spear was doing the monkey man stuff with the monkeys, with the black goo in the season 3, right? The elder monkey woman tried to make him sleep with one of the monkeys. I just thought that was really funny. He just walks up and just presents it. Oh my God, because Spear was longing for his family and making little cute paintings. That is like a full circle, by the way, too, because in the very beginning, Spear's family dies. His kids and like wife get murdered by a T-Rex. And it is that same breed of T-Rex that saves his family in the new era, and it is now a part of his family. It's like a full circle. It's a full circle ending. Isn't that wonderful? This is what animation is when it stops being safe. There's no hand holding, no explanation, just raw emotion. And if you haven't watched Primal, I'm sorry for spoiling the thing. I promise you should just go fix that. Go watch the show. Maybe skip, I forget what episode that is, but there's an episode where it's like episode 5 of season 2, The Primal Theory. There's just one episode randomly thrown in there that has nothing to do with Spear and Fang. Now it's like explaining some lore, I guess, but it's like a bunch of dudes in this fancy schmancy museum house, you know, rich person place, and they're getting attacked by like this dude he's going primal, he's going crazy, and they like box him and shoot him and shit, and it's supposed to be like lore. I don't know. I completely forgot the episode existed, and that's why I didn't talk about it in the middle of the show. Let me know in the comments if anyone figured that out, that episode, and like what the heavier themes for that, because I'm not rewatching it, dude. I want to see Spear kill shit with his bare hands. I don't. Granted, the guy boxing it, you know, the old dude whipping out the knuckles, well, that was pretty cool. But if you've already watched the show, you know, Primal's pretty based. Primal's pretty awesome. We need more shows where there's just insane power fantasies with dudes ripping up fucking monsters, and that's what I want to see in this country, all right? Anyways, my name's Dakosity Live. Check out my channel. I make a ton of stuff on like Adult Swim shows, adult animation, anime sometimes. I might make an Invincible thing. I'm going to try and watch Drawn Together, more oral, and make good content again. I like making content. Watch the videos, please. I'm begging you, especially the Mr. Pickles hate video, because that didn't get a lot of views for some reason, despite having good statistics. I mean, the watch time was literally 50%. That's crazy. But I hope you enjoyed watching. Do the stuff the algorithm likes, hit the hype button, all that nonsense. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. I appreciate your indulgence.